Hello, welcome back to the Double D podcast. My name is Derek. This is my co-host Dalton over here. This is episode 4, talking sports, Purdue, and everything else. We'll be bringing you a new episode every Monday and Friday. Make sure if you like what you see to hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment. If you really like to, it really helps us grow as we're trying to get this thing off the ground and engage with our listeners. This episode, we are going to be talking obviously some football with what's gone on over the weekend, some Ryder Cup, and then diving into the Purdue Notre Dame game. Obviously, as we love Purdue, and we'll be dropping some history knowledge and some blind rankings with some fun banter in between, as always. Dalton, how you been? How was your weekend? What'd you do? And how's life?
Hey, everything's good here, bub. Had a great weekend. Just relaxed mostly like I had said Friday, trying to just chill out. Watched a lot of football this weekend. Tried to go buy a new phone. There are no deals on phones right now, so we'll check back again at Black Friday. It was a real bummer. I went clear to Kokomo, but I did get Chili's out of the deal. And
And what
for
more could you ask
anybody
for?
that's 35 or over as a male, when you see a Chili's, you're probably going there. You know,
And why
it's
wouldn't you?
just what we do. So had
Did you get baby
some.
back ribs?
No, I don't. I'm not a rib guy, man. I feel like a savage eating them in public.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
true.
People look at me. I make noises.
Doing the
And
old slurp,
yeah, it's just not a good. I grunt sometimes. You know.
lean
Make
back.
people make people uncomfortable. I just rolled with the brisket quesadillas, so
Oh man, that sounds good.
it's fire. Yeah, what about you? How was your journey to the south?
Yeah, I drove down to Evansville, real early, way too early, on Saturday morning. But the drive was fine, and luckily we did leave early, so there was really no traffic. It was just a straight drive. I just listened to some podcasts on the way, and luckily my nephew rode with us, so he kept my son entertained the whole time, and my daughter just hung out and was acting crazy and singing. But had a good time. The wedding was fun. The It's my wife's grandma and obviously grandpa, and he was a comedian, a stand-up comedian way back when, and now he's
Wow.
like almost 80, but he is hilarious. So during their renewing their vows and all this stuff, and he is just cracking jokes the whole time. It was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. And she is definitely not like that. She's like a very nice, sweet lady. But he's just always he smokes a pipe. Like he
Yeah,
look, and he's always wearing like a suit with a bow tie. Like he just looks like a guy that you want to talk to, and he is that guy. But it was
that's a
fun.
cool guy.
Yeah, he was super cool. I've obviously seen him before, but it was funny. We had a good time. They said something about speak now or forever hold your peace or whatever. And he started walking out and then
Oh
walked back.
yeah,
He's just doing funny stuff. He's a funny guy. But then we
that's
went and
awesome.
we had dinner at Logan's Roadhouse, not a sponsor, and honestly don't really want you to be. You really screwed up my wife's steak. They brought out basically a hamburger patty, and that was upsetting. So we had them remake it, and then it was fine. But my steak was incredible, actually, but still very good. And then today we stopped at Fazoli's on the way home, and I love Fazoli's. If you ever go there, please do be a sponsor of Fazoli's. But if you
Yeah.
ever go there, get the spicy penne and Italian sausage. It is incredible.
Right on.
That's what I get every time. My wife ended up eating like half of it. So yeah, other than that,
Perfect.
man, it was a good time. We got home. My daughter passed out. I watched football. Got some laundry done today, but it was a good weekend overall. Productive.
Sweet. Logan's is the mids.
I thought it was like the
It's
high end of
no,
the
dude.
mids. Like I thought it was like Outback, Texas Roadhouse, Logan's
I'd put
of the
Texas
mids.
Roadhouse over that all day, every day. I
Oh, I
mean,
will now.
there's one in Fort Wayne, I think. It's not bad. We went there for lunch a couple times, but not for me, bub. If I got my choice, I'm hitting TR. You can't go wrong.
What's TR? Oh, Texas Roadhouse,
Texas,
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Well, and the rolls are just unbelievable.
Yeah, I never had them do me dirty. They got free peanuts. Anything that's free is cool in
It's
my
good.
book. You know, you
Yeah.
get extra points for that. Um, all right, good weekend. Let's jump right in. You're a golf guy.
Yeah.
So let's go with the Ryder Cup, your top 10 picks, um, maybe your top 10 moments.
Um, I think so. I'll start with just my top 10 picks and get that out of the way. So, ranking, I'm going to use both teams here. So, I tried to make it relatively even before we fully jumped on here. I had my son in here. He was helping me because he follows his stuff as much as I do at this point. But so, my top 10 Ryder Cup picks for this year using Europe and the United States out of 24 players. Number one, an undisputed Scotty Scheffler. You can't go anywhere else. If you do, you're just trying to work in something. John Rahm at number two could be a little surprising, but he's just so consistent, so good. That's a European player. Rory McIlroy at three, so we go American, then two Europeans back to back. So they have some talent up top. Then we come back to the United States with Bryson DeChambeau. So we have two live golfers in the top four as well, which is that's the reason they're there, is because they were the two best players on the live tour all year long. At five, kind of an unknown guy, young guy, very young, maybe the most handsome man you'll ever see, is Ludwig Aberg. Probably has the best golf swing you'll ever see too, other than Tiger Woods. So, if you've never heard of him and you're a golf fan, you probably have heard of him. But go check him out at the Ryder Cup if you're going to watch it. He's incredible. Number six, Justin Thomas. Probably not number six as far as golf goes, but the man just brings the energy. We've seen him chug a beer on the first tee box. We've seen him get the crowd hyped. It's just what he does. It's who he is. He was born to play competitive team golf and get people hyped, and I love that. To me, that's what the Ryder Cup is. So, outside of just the top five, who I think are by far the most talented, he's my guy. Another American player. After that, Xander Schauffele, one more American guy. He is just steady Eddie. He's going to get the job done. He's maybe the funniest guy on tour. And you don't really get to see that side of him except the Ryder Cup. Justin Rose at eight. Justin Rose is just an old guy who he embraces what the Ryder Cup is.
It's
Patrick
crazy to
Can
call, sorry, Justin Rose. It's wild to me to call him an old guy now.
he's only in like his low mid 40s, but he is on
Yeah.
tour.
I
He's old.
remember when growing up watching him, my dad was a big fan of his, and I was like, yeah, this guy's not that much older than me. So,
Yeah, he really isn't much older than us.
yeah,
It's kind of crazy to think like Rory, he's only a few years older than us, and he's an old guy on tour now. But
right.
after that, number nine, I got Patrick Cantlay. He's the guy. If anybody watched the last Ryder Cup, he didn't want to wear his hat because and you're supposed to wear your uniform. And he's like, I'm not wearing the hat. Nobody's paying me to wear the hat. I don't like the way it feels. I'm not wearing it. And that one was over in Europe, so all the European fans are waving their hats at him every time he goes by, trying to get at him, and he just owned it and took them to church. We lost that Ryder Cup, but he was definitely not the reason why. And then 10, Tommy Fleetwood, probably one of the most beloved European players as far as from American fans. I just love that man. So I got Scotty Scheffler, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau, Ludwig Aberg, Justin Thomas, Xander Schauffele, Justin Rose, Patrick Cantlay, and Tommy Fleetwood as my top 10 in this year's Ryder Cup. This year's Ryder Cup will be interesting because you have some really, really high-powered people at the top. Scotty Scheffler, John Rahm, Roy McIlroy, Bryson DeChambeau. I mean, everybody knows those guys. They've been the best players for a long time. But then down toward the bottom, you've got a lot of guys who are relatively unknown. There's a guy named Bobby Mack that plays for the European side. He's a lefty, just a fiery little Irish guy. I mean, Bobby McIntyre he's everything that I would think of with the Ryder Cup. Like, does he win a lot on tour? No, but this guy is a head case, but in the
Yeah,
greatest way possible. Like that's what I want there. I want crazy people in the Ryder Cup.
right.
He's going to be one of those guys for Europe. The United States doesn't have a lot of those guys, but we have some young guys and guys that haven't ever played for us before, and I'm pretty excited to see some of those guys and how they do. So it's going to be a really good time. I think as far as top 10 moments, I didn't have that planned out or anything, so I don't have like a specific, but the
Give
best
me your
time of
top
the
three.
so top three was probably, I mean, my favorite moment on the Ryder Cup was Justin Thomas chugging a beer on the first tee with, I can't remember who he was with when he did that, but another guy was on there. They both got on one knee and chugged a beer that was thrown at them from the audience. And
Heck
to me,
yeah.
this is like 7 in the morning. You're playing in to self-described by these guys as the greatest thing in golf, the most exciting thing, the most important thing to them, and you get tossed a beer and you're just slamming it down. That was just thrown to you from the audience. It exploded because it was thrown, and
Yeah.
shawl shook up. It was just one of the greatest times ever. Another one I didn't witness that is just known as one of the greatest was there was a Ryder Cup that came down to a tie, and Jack Nicklaus was the guy. The guy on the other team had a 4 or 5 foot putt he had to make it be a tie, and if he missed it, they lost. And Jack Nicklaus went up there and he picked his coin up off the ground and said, "Hey man, your putt's good," to concede the tie. And that's kind of what the
Wow.
Ryder Cup is. It's competitive, it's crazy. These guys go nuts, but at the same time, it's sportsmanship at the highest level possible. You've got the most competitive guys on earth playing an individual sport where it's all on them all the time. They finally get involved in a team. Sorry if you hear my dog barking. They finally get on a team and they go into these modes where, they become kind of psychopaths. But then when push comes to shove, it's the only time in golf you can give someone a putt or you can
Right.
concede a hole. Like you have to put everything out. You have to finish everything in golf at all times. But in this, say a guy just gave you a 4 footer on the last hole, and now he's got one on this hole, and you say, "Go ahead and putt that."
Hmm.
Well, guess what? You ain't getting another putt given to you the rest of the time. And
Right.
it's fun to watch that develop throughout these Ryder Cups, like as they get closer or as fiery juices get going. I mean, these guys just get kind of crazy with it. But at the end of the day, and that's the Jack Nicklaus concession is, it's just all about greatness and fair play and being a good sportsmanship. So that's one of the best. And then my other one, because I love Tiger Woods just so much, he had a Ryder Cup against Ernie Els, where they just went back and forth and back and forth. He's had so many moments in the Ryder Cup. So for me, he actually doesn't have a great record in the Ryder Cup, but he's just, I mean, there's nothing more electric than watching Tiger Woods, and anything to do with him is big spectacular. The Ryder Cup as a whole, like every single year, you can watch the Ryder Cup and you could find a moment that can go down in history because it never fails. Guys chip in, they hole out, they hit crazy putts they never normally hit. Guys that you think this guy has no chance goes 5-0 on points for the weekend, and you're like, how did this guy do it? He's not that like last Ryder Cup, the two best players on the United States team, Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka. Actually, this was two Ryder Cups ago or three. Scotty Scheffler and Brooks Koepka. Scotty Scheffler, number one player in the world. Brooks Koepka had won 5 of the last like 14 majors. Go and play a rookie and another guy who's kind of unknown, and they get beat 9-7, which means they were down 9 holes with only 7 holes left. You statistically can't win. If anyone doesn't know, the Ryder Cup is played in match play style, which is very different. So you play every hole is independent of every other hole. So if I make a 27 on a hole and you make a two, you still just win that hole.
Right.
You're not up by 25 shots. You just win. And that's kind of the crazy thing about the Ryder Cup. I could have a terrible day, but I had 6 really good holes and I end up winning the match, even though you beat me by 7 shots if you
Yeah.
totaled it all up. And that's the glory of the Ryder Cup. It's why it's so different from everything else we see in professional golf. It reminds, they do it a lot more in college and at the amateur level, but when it comes to professionals, it just never happens because it's the only tournament. And this year is the first time they're giving them some money, but it's the only tournament they play all year where money's not involved. And
Perfect.
even what they're giving them, it's very minuscule compared to these other tournaments. And it's like these guys are playing for their country. They're playing for pride. This has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with the logo on their sleeve. The only logo that matters is the USA and
Right.
or Europe. And it's an incredible thing to watch because you don't see that from these guys very often. They're normally playing for money. They're normally playing for points so they can get higher in the standings, so they have a better chance to win more money. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. Obviously, so there's competitiveness, but the Ryder Cup is just it's unlike anything. It starts Friday, so we've got what 5 days. It'll run Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday is singles, so that's when one guy faces one guy, one European, one American. All 12 players on each team face somebody, all the way down the list. It's also the day the most points can be got. So you could have a team down after the first 2 days, they could come back and win it. It gets really exciting. Most teams, strategy wise, are going to put out their best golfers first because they want those early points. They want momentum. They want to build.
Yeah,
So that's really the strategy of the Ryder Cup. I mean, it's all about getting points early. For the United States to win, I think we've got to somehow neutralize the guys on their team who aren't better than our players, but who are better at this format. Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose. Um, there's a guy named Shane Lowry, another Irish guy like Bobby Mack. They're probably going to play together. Just big, fiery, drunken Irishmen. They're
sweet.
they're both big. They're both probably 300 pounds. They're just yeah, they're European style golfers, and it's fun to watch them. And if those guys come out and they win 4 or 5 matches in a row, 4 or 5 points out of the week, we're in trouble because top wise, yeah, we have Scotty Scheffler, but they have John Rahm and Rory. So it'll be interesting to see what pairings come out as they come out this week. On Friday's show, we'll have a little bit on it, but not a ton. For me, it's just about getting excited for it. And if you're somebody who watches this and you're like, man, golf is not. I like to go play and get drunk, but I'm not. Or I like to go play and hang out with my kid or my wife, whatever it is. I'm not going to watch golf. Well, this is different. This is not your typical watching golf experience. I mean, Friday, for instance, there's only 4 matches that go out, or five. Sorry, excuse me, 5 matches that go out. It's 2v2. They play like some of them it's alternate shots. So you hit, then I hit, then you hit, then I hit. It's all different. And take a peek. I mean, I would say most people if they give it an hour, they're gonna keep watching because it's engaging and the guys are fired up. It's not boring golf. Like they get into it, they fist pump, they talk crap, they shush the crowd. The United States crowd in New York is gonna be vastly crazy going after these European players. I mean, you're going to hear boos and boos and boos. It's like being at a football game or a basketball game, but guys golfing. But yeah,
Perfect.
I just suggest watching it and doing a little research on it because the history of it's pretty cool. The Ryder Cup YouTube channel is awesome. They have all kinds of mini highlights and stories of the Ryder Cup and crazy things that have happened. So take it out, check it out. We won't bore you too much longer with golf if you're not interested, but if this is one time, I would say hit it, check it out.
Yeah, I'll be watching for the first time ever. So, I mean, I've
Yes, sir.
seen stuff, but I've never sat down and actually watched it. So,
It's also great because it's golf, so you don't necessarily have to be completely focused on it. So, I mean, you can sit down and turn it on, do other things, kind of come in, come out, mess around on your phone, do whatever you want to do, and you can tell when something big's about to happen
right. It's
or when it does
it'll
happen.
be in the multi-view with football.
Oh yeah.
Um, you good on it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's the Ryder Cup, man. You're either gonna check it out or you're not. And if you're somebody who's not, that's fine. I'm not gonna say you're crazy or anything, but I would give it a peek. If you're somebody who loves it, you're gonna watch. That's just the way it is.
Check it out. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Just give it a shot. Um, we'll go and do a NFL recap. I'm gonna run through scores.
Okay.
If you got anything to say, just stop me real quick. So I've got the scores here. Colts 41, Titans 20. Uh, Colts look good
Uh,
today.
yeah, I was just gonna say what I said last week, and I'm gonna completely reiterate it. Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the NFL. He had 102 yards and 3 touchdowns today. He had one touchdown where I just watched the replay. He ran through 6 guys. Um, and scored on a 40-yard touchdown. I mean, he is unbelievable. Daniel Jones is doing exactly what they need him to do. He was only what 18 for 25 today with one touchdown and 228 yards. Like that's
Yep.
not spectacular, but that's all the Colts need him to do.
Yeah.
I love it. And the
So
Titans are also terrible.
yeah, they're bad this year. I mean, but the Colts are rolling. Momentum takes you
3-0, baby.
places. Yeah. Steelers 21, Patriots 14. Looks like A-Rod had a decent day. Not a real high scoring game. I saw they were down 14-7, so big comeback win. Glad to see Aaron Rodgers back on the horse doing okay.
Yeah,
Um,
good to see him back.
Buccaneers, yeah, I mean,
And the slide for post Brady and post Belichick Patriots continues. They are not very good.
Yeah, I love to see that. Uh, Jets, Buccaneers, Jets 27, Buccaneers 29. I mean, the Jets gave this game away, had every opportunity to win it. They're terrible.
This was an absolutely one of the few crazy games. Jets, Buccaneers gave it away to the Jets on a blocked kick. Then the Jets get a field goal, then give it right back and give the game away at the very end. So just a wild finish. The Jets get beat the Bucks 21-6 in the fourth quarter and somehow lose this game. I mean, crazy. Baker
Awful.
Mayfield 3-0 though. Mark
Yep,
it.
rolling. Commanders 41, Raiders 24. I don't think anyone outside of these fan bases cares about this game. I'll say that. Eagles 33, Rams 26. Another crazy finish game.
Absolutely insane. I mean, I was just talking about this earlier with you. If I bet on the Rams, I would be losing my mind because not only did they have a field goal to win the game outright, they get it blocked in return with no time left for a touchdown, which allows the Eagles to cover the spread. Absolutely crazy. You knew the Eagles were going to score points eventually, and this is the game where they finally did. But absolutely insane game. One of those. There's three games today that had a block kick at the very end, which is like might happen once a week, and it happened all in like a 15-minute span.
I would say once a month.
Yeah, it's
Blocked
crazy.
field goals.
It's like it was
Yeah,
scripted.
I said that. Yeah, I mean, I will get to that. Panthers 30, Falcons 0. That one shocked me a little bit. Penix had a terrible day. Panthers defense looked like, they were the 85 Bears.
This was just a shocking result for two bad teams, though. So I really didn't give a crap. Um,
Yeah,
Absolutely crazy though that the Panthers beat anyone ever 30-0.
yeah. I mean, they're
I don't think
back.
they couldn't beat
Some
Peru High School.
some say they're back, dude.
Some say the Panthers are back. Somebody call Cam Newton and let him know.
Panthers are back, baby. You heard it here. Vikings 48, Bengals 10. I mean, that's alarming.
First
Uh,
game Bengals without Burrow though.
Joey Ice was out. But still you have high-powered receivers, great running back, good line. I don't see it, man. I don't think the Vikings are that good.
Yeah, I
So,
don't either. I watched them play the Bears. They didn't impress me a ton. I mean, they were good, but nothing crazy. And I think this is a correct stat because he's on my fantasy team. I believe now 3 games into the season, Justin Jefferson does not have a 100-yard game. Um, and again today, they scored 48 points and he had 0 touchdowns, which
yeah.
is just mind-boggling to me. But I think they had, correct me if I'm wrong, did they have one defensive player have 2 touchdowns?
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
let's click on it.
Can't remember
See.
who it was, but I thought I saw that earlier.
Uh, see top performers. You had Mason from Minnesota had 2 touchdowns.
Is that
See
that's the
that it
defender?
does, yeah.
No,
Uh,
that's their running back.
Running back.
Mason.
It doesn't say. I would have to go through the
Okay.
play.
I think they did. I could be wrong, but either way, it was a weird game. For them to, I don't know. I was just kind of, I wasn't watching it. It was just like I was watching my fantasy thing, and they kept going up and scoring. Like my damn Justin Jefferson wasn't getting touchdowns. I'm like, what is happening? Anyway, I'm still gonna win this week, so neither
It's
here nor
been
there.
rough. Yeah, a guy had two pick Rogers, 1 touchdown. He only had one
Okay, 2 picks,
touchdown.
1 touchdown. Okay.
Yep.
Wait, no, but I
Yeah,
think he also returned a kick for a touchdown.
that may have been it.
Yeah, I think he did.
Texans 10, Jaguars 17. Texans surprising they're this bad this early. I mean,
Oh,
it's
what a boring game this must have been to be at.
yeah, it's 17 to 10. Okay.
Hey,
Here
wait,
we are.
1 second, real quick. So, if I'm reading this right, the Texans and Titans are 0-3,
Yeah. Yep.
and the Colts are 3-0, and the Jaguars have a hard lock on second place.
2-1. Yeah.
Wow, this is a crazy year for that division. That completely flipped to what I would have guessed.
AFC South, man. It's a wild year. Don't know what to do. Packers 10, Browns 13. This game pissed me off. Um, i- if you watch this game, this is I hate to be that guy, but I truly believe some of the NFL is scripted. Browns needed a win, keep the fans coming in. Love threw the worst interception I've ever seen in my life. His receiver ran straight. He throws it underneath. Dude is right there. The corner is, picks it off, and then they get a field goal blocked. Browns go, they get a couple big passes, get it into field goal range, win it. I mean, it was the most asinine finish I've ever seen in my life. I was literally mad. And I'm not a Packers fan. I just play the game.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of hit on it, saying three of these in a 20-minute stretch is crazy. Three block kicks. I didn't watch this at all. I only got alerted of this because you texted and said something about the Packers just gave a game away, and I hate the Packers, so I was thrilled when you said that. I'm a Bears fan, so obviously Packers rival. But that's crazy that happened the way you said that interception. I went back and looked at it. It was pretty much like he wanted it to happen. And there's part of me that like the NFL scripted thing is crazy to me though, because you got 11 guys on each team. Like it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. But at the same time, like there are so many times where you watch a game and you're like, what? How does that make any sense? Like I've watched so many of those games where, a team's up by two touchdowns in the fourth quarter and they throw a pass when they could have just ran the ball and won the game. And
Yep.
the pass gets intercepted, pick six. Now you have a ball game. It's like, what? Wait a second. Or there's a fumble, and it's like this guy hasn't fumbled in 4 years, and he fumbles only now because the game's getting like it's just it always seems to happen at the exact moment that the NFL would want it to happen, and
Oh,
it could be just happen chance, and we only notice those because those are the ones we notice, right? Like, but
the Vegas lines are way too close for that, for me to believe that, dude. Vegas gets way too close on NFL games.
yeah, it's
Almost every
incredible.
single time. Like,
Just like that Eagles Rams game.
yeah, I mean,
The payout would have been way higher if the Rams covered because more
it's
teams were picking the Eagles.
guess who all the money was on this weekend?
The Eagles.
It wasn't the Browns.
No, Packers, Eagles, and a lot of these games where Vikings, Bengals, 48-10 game seems crazy. But again, like Chiefs are playing right now against the Giants. I wouldn't be shocked because a lot of people are going to pick the Chiefs to win that game, probably pretty substantially because they've been rough. I wouldn't be shocked if the Giants end up either winning or it comes down to a final possession, which you know, it just it never fails to happen. Even the
Yeah.
Bucks and Jets, everybody's taking the Bucks, who were favored, I think, like 4 or 5 or something,
Yep.
maybe more. And then the Jets do that crazy shit, and they end up only winning by two. The Bucks. It's like
Yep.
okay, so the Bucks, nobody wins because nobody picked the Jets to cover. It's like the Jets are terrible. The Bucks were undefeated. Like that makes no sense.
It's a
You know,
conspiracy, bub.
it's something's weird. Just like the Chargers only beating the Broncos by 3. There's just so many
Yeah.
things that are like, how did it only work out like that?
That's the next one. The Broncos 20, Chargers 23. Chargers keep rolling. Justin Herbert's the leading passer in the league right now.
Is he
He's got
really?
hot, yeah, he's got hot receivers.
Do they have a running
800,
back?
861 yards.
He threw 47 times in a game where they only scored 23 points.
Yeah, I mean their receiving core is pretty incredible. They got a rookie who's balling. Let's see.
That's just crazy to me. Shit.
Yeah, we got
47 throws only, and they only scored 20. That's nuts.
let's see. They've got Keenan Allen,
Was it
Q Johnston. I'm
Quentin
not
Johnson?
even gonna try to say that.
Probably Quentin.
And Hampton, and then they got McConkey,
Oh,
who's a
Lad McConkey. Yeah.
great tight end. So
Yeah, he's
yeah,
a
they're
beast.
3-0. They're rolling. They look promising. Saints got blown out by the Seahawks. Big surprise. The Saints are terrible. Um, Seahawks seem to be pretty decent this year. Um, Cardinals 15, 49ers 16. Crazy finish to that game too. Field goal
Yeah.
win for the 49ers. Pretty respectable win there. Brock Purdy being out. So
Well, and the Cardinals lead rusher got injured in this game as well.
okay.
I only know that because he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, it sucks when that
Uh,
happens.
but what's his name? James Conner.
James
Um,
Conner, yeah, he's injury prone.
he went out. I did. They scored 15 points. Did they not score a touchdown?
Let's see here, scoring
I don't see
all
one.
McBride 1 yard touchdown
So
catch to
that
tie it 13-13.
they must have went for
There
two.
was a safety
Oh, there was a safety. Okay,
in
cool.
the fourth quarter
I
to
didn't
put
watch
it
this game.
15-13, and then Pinheiro made a 35-yarder to win it.
Okay.
Um, Cowboys 14, Bears 31. Uh, I was not thrilled with this game as I mean, I'm happy for the Bears and you but CD Lamb
Oh
ankle
yeah,
injury.
for like
Uh,
first play or something.
it's my number one draft pick. My fantasy team is not doing good this year. So that was a huge hit.
Also, it was on a run, which always is crazy when a receiver gets
Yeah,
injured on a run.
don't like it. Um, yeah, I mean that's the NFL rundown for this week. We've got Chiefs, Giants. Chiefs are up 3 right now. Obviously, this won't be out for a while, so you'll know the finish of that game. Um, Go
I do
right
want to shout
into.
out my
Oh,
boy
go ahead.
Caleb Williams. 298 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. We needed as Bears fans, we needed a game like this. Even if it's against the lowly Cowboys, I don't care. We needed it.
Yeah, it's a good win to get on the board for them. Struggle bus so far. The offense looked pretty good for them. We've got coming up. We'll go through college football scores real quick. We'll try to keep this pretty snappy. You've got our picks, right?
Yeah,
So
from
you
last week.
know, okay, yeah, as I go through, just shout it out. I think we all did pretty well, including Chat GPT, which is legendary, apparently. Um, got Texas Tech, Utah, 34-10, Texas Tech called this one. Um,
Yep.
Texas Tech, tough defense. Didn't watch it, but you see the outcome. Um,
Yeah,
Big
we both did. We went through these games of the weekend. A couple of them we both did pick tech there.
Yep. Tennessee 56, UAB 24. No surprise. Did see a concerning play where a UAB player stomped on the kicker's foot prior to
Saw
the
that.
kicker kicking. Uh, Clean it up. There's no
Unbelievable.
reason to act like that, dude. Where,
Kids that are
what,
watching.
what would possess you to do that? What an idiot.
Yeah.
I hope if you're watching this, you feel dumb. But I mean, what are the odds? Oregon State 7, Oregon 41. Oregon got a big win after, kind of shit in the bed, honestly, against Northwestern, who they should have just done the same thing to.
Yeah, and this isn't the Oregon State of the last, 5 years or so. They're pretty
Yeah.
bad this year.
We'll skip this next one that's on the list. We'll talk more about that. Michigan 30, Nebraska 27. Very close game. A lot
Not what
of
I
offense.
expected.
Yeah.
We both kind of expected Michigan to kind of hammer that one home, I think.
Right. That Raiola kid had a pretty good game. Michigan ran the ball very well. Uh, so Kent State 10, Florida State 66.
No
That's a
surprise.
handle business game. Tulane 10, Ole Miss 45. That's another handle their business game. Auburn, Oklahoma. Auburn 17, Oklahoma 24. Won by cheating.
And covered the spread. It was 6.5.
Yeah. Despicable, dude.
I don't know
It
what happened there. I was at that wedding during that game.
There's a rule where if a player cannot pretend to be on the sideline, and he was clear over by the sideline by the official right by him and ran. uncovered route, caught a bomb, touchdown. I mean, that's the
Wow.
game right there. It's a rule in the NCAA. It's a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and now Auburn's got a loss. So officials ruin games again. Here we go.
We need AI.
Dude, I'm sick of it. Temple 24, Georgia Tech 45. Georgia Tech rolls again. Don't care who it was against. They're looking good. They're tough.
Yeah.
They're winning. Win, win, win. That's it. South Carolina 20, Missouri 29. That was a very interesting game. I caught a bunch of clips of it. It was a fun game to watch. I think Missouri has probably the best running back in the country.
Oh, wow.
Kid's tough, quick. He'll run you
Hardy, is
over.
that his name?
I can't think of his name. Let me look.
I think it's Hardy.
Missouri. Yep, Hardy. 22 rushes, 138 yards. Longest is a 38-yard run. I mean, those are numbers. They're
Yeah.
not Jonathan Taylor, Wisconsin numbers, but they're numbers. Um, BYU 34, East Carolina 13. I mean, if you're ranked, you should win that game.
Yeah.
Um, Florida 7, Miami 26. Boring game. I
Yep.
mean, look looked like it wasn't fun to play and it looked hot down there.
Florida is reeling.
I mean, terrible.
1-3.
Signetti will be down there next year, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you you heard it here first. Indiana 63, Illinois 10.
Can I say one thing before we get into that game?
Yeah.
Um, Texas beat Sam Houston 55-0. I watched Manning like stand over a Sam Houston player after scoring and gloat. And I'm like, bro, you're playing a winless Sam Houston team. You've sucked all year for the most part. You finally have one good game, and that's how we act. I don't know. I didn't love it.
Bum.
Or I did not love it.
I don't like Arch Manning. I don't think he's the same as the Manning brothers. So,
I think he grew up saying I'm a Manning rather than going and getting it.
yep, exactly. And it shows. Illinois, Indiana, I mean, ridiculous. I mean,
My
I
goodness.
I pretty much predicted this one.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
did.
I don't like. I don't think Illinois deserves to be there. They didn't beat anybody. Indiana has, ODU, that wins looking a lot better every week. ODU's tough. Indiana's crazy. I
They're,
mean, I
yeah, I mean, their quarterback went 21 for 23
yeah,
with 267 yards and 5 touchdowns.
nuts. And their running backs looked unstoppable. I mean, Illinois' defense is depleted.
It's bad.
I I'm not going to be surprised if Purdue goes toe to toe with Illinois.
I think we
I,
can beat them. After watching
they
this game,
they returned 18 of 22 starters from last year, and everybody said that's why they're ranked this high. Those are the same 18 of 22 starters that barely beat Purdue, 1-11 Purdue last year. These
yeah.
kids, they're not that good. Stop overranking people. I hate it. Give people their due and move forward. That's all I'm going to
I'm,
say on that. I still hate Indiana. You all suck to me, and I can't wait for basketball season so you guys can, you know, get get a little taste of your own medicine when we come to Mackey South. And I was going to make a good rhyme there, but it's highly inappropriate.
oh, well, that's the best kind of rhyme, my guy.
Yeah.
Only kind of rhyme that matters is an appropriate rhyme.
Come to Mackey South and put it in that mouth, dude.
Oh, I drove by Bloomington and forced my entire family to chant IU sucks as we went by. So,
That's what's
um,
up.
that
That's
was
the only way
exciting.
to do it.
That was exciting. Yeah. So the only things I got to say about this game, because I don't like to give too much praise to a school that I'm not a fan of. But that being said, like you said, man, IU looks good. They had a multitude of guys rushing the ball, 312 yards rushing to Illinois' two.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, let me say that again. 312 to two rushing. Illinois had a
Yeah.
guy rush 9 times for negative 27 yards, and he had a
Couldn't get it.
13-yard carry.
Couldn't get off the ball, man. Their line. Indiana was in the backfield every play.
IU had five guys rush for 10 or more yards on a single run.
Yep.
I mean, they had four receivers catch a pass of 20 yards or more.
Yep.
I mean, it was just absolutely incredible. Illinois scored 10 points. It was 63 to 10, and Illinois had a 59-yard touchdown pass. Like, it was that dominant. Outside of that
Yep.
one play, it would have been 63 to 3. I think I just looked up. Mendoza is now the favorite to win the Heisman, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Um, what's the max quarterback rating in college football? Do you know that off the top of your head? It's not
Don't
the same
know.
as the NFL. Anyway,
Don't know.
Mendoza had a 93.6. I feel like that's good.
Yeah.
I think it's 100 in college football. It might be 93.6. I don't know how you could do better than 21 to 23 with five touchdowns and no picks.
Nuts.
That's absolutely
And
crazy.
ran the ball really well on the option.
Yeah.
He runs the option to perfection. So
Just an unbelievable game. Um, they had a defender Pons block a punt, return for a touchdown at the very I don't know, very early on in the game. Um, it was just one of those games where I don't know. I think I didn't watch it right at the beginning, and I flipped it on, caught a piece of it, and I flipped it back off. Was doing something. I was at that wedding, looked back down, and it was halftime, and it was 35 to 10, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Um, I had picked on our last podcast Illinois to win this game outright, and I was clearly wrong about both teams. Indiana is for real. They have a coach who is a psychopath. I don't know if they can retain him. With this kind of success this quick, it's going to be tough to keep a guy at a school like IU who, you know, doesn't have the same facilities and doesn't have the fan base that, like a Florida. He goes to Florida, they'll pay him whatever he wants and give him everything he wants. And he gets to live in Florida. So I don't know how they do that. But Indiana looks like they're one of the top two, maybe top two or three teams in the Big Ten, and I think there's some separation after that, and that makes me very unhappy.
yeah, it sucks right now. But it is what it is. Basketball will be here soon and then they'll cry.
I did see
Um,
somebody say IU could win the national championship in football and Purdue only if Purdue gets to win it in basketball.
yeah,
Like
I'm cool with
I'll take
that.
the trade.
Yeah. Final game, Michigan State 31, USC 45. This game was on till 3 a.m. I did
Wow.
watch all of it. Um, I'm very tired today, but it was a good game. Michigan State pissed it away, basically. I mean, they couldn't block. They have a great quarterback. He's really mobile, tough kid. Um, just receivers couldn't get open. USC, I mean, they handled business. They are tough. They will probably go to Illinois and just BTA them.
It makes me feel a little better about Purdue. One that we didn't, well, I'm sure we're getting ready to talk about, didn't get destroyed by, we got beat pretty handily. Not destroyed like we did last year by Notre Dame, but also that teams like Michigan State, who was, not that long ago, a perennial top 20 team,
Mhm.
um, to lose to USC as well. So
Yeah.
a
We are
little,
going into a quick Notre Dame Purdue rundown. We're trying to keep this close to an hour. So we'll do a quick rundown. I didn't feel good about this game. I feel like this is a Notre Dame team with a weak secondary that we should have picked apart. We don't have it in the trenches. We lose every game in the trenches. Whether it's offensive or defensive line, we have no meat. We lost one of our main defensive players yesterday to injury. Don't know how long, if he'll be back at all. We cannot stop the run. We have the weapons at wide receiver. Ryan Brown is the quarterback. Singleton is not the quarterback.
no.
Um, that trick play? I love them. They're fun to watch. I mean, it's like when Braum before he went, but completely vanilla with our play calling.
Mhm.
Ryan Brown, 21 for 34, 250, one tutty. He had 2 sacks for 13 yards. They're in his face every time. It sucks to be him, but
Oh,
at the same time, it is what it is. Maccabee was not our leading rusher. Both quarterbacks outrushed him. He had 12 attempts. 12 attempts.
yeah, but 16 yards.
Yeah, we can't get off the ball, can't block anybody. Um, yeah, I don't know, there's not much to say about it. Notre Dame has great running backs. Their secondary and defense are terrible. There's no chance they're making the playoff. They'll lose to USC. Um, Not one chance in my mind that they might make a decent bowl, but I don't. Um, yeah, I think
I'll,
that's
yeah, I mean, I like your takes are pretty close to what I'm about to say. I'll try to mix up a little bit. One thing I noticed, I got to watch most of the first half of this game. Then that rain delay happened, and then we went to dinner. And at dinner is when the game turned back on. I was in an hour behind us time zone, so it was a little off on timing. But um, all I know is we were competitive in the first half. I think we ended up down like 12 at halftime, something like that. And then they just beat the brakes off us in the third quarter. It's 21-0 in the third quarter. Credit to Purdue for a little fight. We did win the fourth quarter 7-0, but the third quarter was just we just got overwhelmed. They just destroyed us on the ground. I mean, they go for 258 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns compared to our 76 yards and 0 touchdowns. I mean, that's the game. Like you said, it was won and lost in the trenches. You can see that in the rushing statistics. We couldn't rush the ball because we were getting killed on the line. We couldn't stop the run because we were getting killed on the other side of the line. That's really all it came down to. I think everything else really, other than the we gave up the kick return that really flipped the game, and that was one thing we talked about. We talked about a couple things. Maccabee had to be great. He had 12 rushes for 16 yards, 1.3 average. Not great, obviously. We couldn't make special teams errors. We allowed a 100-yard kickoff return touchdown at the worst possible moment. We threw 2 interceptions. I believe one of them was in the red zone. That was another thing. We like all the things we said we couldn't do, we did. Um,
mhm. Four
and
first 4 drives for Notre Dame touchdowns.
yeah,
You know what Purdue's were? Punt, touchdown, field goal, interception. That's how you lose a game.
yeah. You get down early, and then you start fighting and clawing back, and then you have no run game established, which is what we
Can't run
talked
the
about.
ball. Yep.
And we needed to not abandon the run, and that's what we had. We didn't have to. That's what we did, though. And
Right.
most of that was because we couldn't run.
Yep.
I mean, when it comes to passing, we passed better than that. I mean, we had more passing yards, more passing touchdowns. We did have the interceptions, but one of those came from our backup late in the game. It's just one of those games where I was. It didn't feel like last year. Like there was times in this game where I'm like, we got a shot. I
Yep.
texted you or my dad like, man, we're in here still. We're still in here. Like if we get one turnover, we can be right in there. And then that third quarter happened, and then it became we're not in there anymore. But even then, we didn't quit. We didn't end up. We could have lost this game 70 to 23, and we keep it within just barely over the spread. Um, but still an improvement. I hate to be that moral victory. I'm not. It's not a moral victory. We could have won this game if you just watch the game. That 100-yard kick return flipped everything. It was terribly
Yep.
timed. It was everything that it couldn't be, and just came down to it. So I mean, I still like what I see. I still trust in Brom.
Oh
I
man.
keep calling him Brom. Why?
Barry.
It's because I'm
Barry.
staring at Ryan Brown, and that's just coming into my head. I trust in Barry Odom, and I'm sorry to anybody who is offended by that, but you suck it up. Barry Odom, I can see the vision. I can see it. We just don't have the skill set. We don't have the players yet to be able to hang with a team like this in the trenches, like you said.
Spend the money.
Spend money,
I'm
big money.
sick of it, dude. Spend the money, dude. We're I hate watching IU just unlimited funding, and they go get everyone they want. And we're up here, we have an engineering school. It's annoying. I also believe I called the spread on this. So but we're that's not one of my stats. So
I'll say two things. You said they're going to cover, and you said that was one of your picks was the spread here, and one of your other picks was IU minus 6.5 was your
yeah,
bonus pick. So you
sweet.
you actually went 3 for 3 on those. So do you want me to run down the picks real quick,
Yeah, just run through them real quick,
real
and then
fast?
we'll get into the blind ranks.
So between us, between me, Dalton, and Chat GPT, we went 8 for 9. And our only miss was a push. So I had the Colts minus 4.5 at Tennessee. They covered. Oklahoma minus 6.5 versus Auburn. They cheated, but they covered. Michigan and Nebraska minus 1.5. They covered. So I went 3-0, even if a team cheated. You pushed the Chargers versus Denver. They were -3. They won by 3. You won Iowa minus 2.5 at Rutgers, and you won Notre Dame minus 24.5 versus Purdue. But you also picked IU minus 6.5. So really, we went 10 for 11. Chat GPT, Colts minus 4.5. That covered. Eagles -4 covered, but never should have. And then the pick of the day was Syracuse plus 17 because you could have picked them straight up and won a bunch of money
Oh
against
man,
Clemson.
come on. Imagine calling Clemson, -10 or something, or Syracuse, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Call them
just
-10.
Syracuse money line would have had to have been like plus 600.
Yeah, yeah, something
Like
crazy.
you would have got crazy. I mean, what's happening? And did you hear Dabo Sweeney after that game was not happy? Like
I can't, I
he
can't,
can't
mm,
stand him.
no.
He was pretty passionate after that game. It was actually kind of cool to see a coach like really be that candid. But yeah, that was just a crazy result. Syracuse beating Clemson like that, and good for them.
Yeah,
Good for
take
them.
our picks. We're hot.
Oh, take our picks for this coming week.
No, I mean, just, if you're
Oh,
listening, you get this clip, take our picks.
yeah,
We're hot.
11. What were you? 11 for 12 if you count your bonus pick.
Yeah,
And the only one we missed was a push. So really, we were 11 for 11 with a push on a final game.
you get your money back for that. So,
So really, right now we're going to be in a heated race this season because now it'll get real crazy when basketball starts because I'm self-admitted much more knowledgeable about like a conglomerate of basketball teams than I am all of the college football world, but it's also a lot more games.
yeah, it's early season's hard to call too.
Very hard, especially in football.
Yeah. Um, you
That
got
kind of
blind
wraps up
ranks?
college. Yeah, I got some blind rankings. These should be pretty fun, but right before I do that, I just want to thank everyone again for watching. If you are watching, we're just trying to get this thing off the ground and get going. So we really appreciate anybody who's still hanging around and still watching.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you.
okay, so first blind rank here. I just did a little mini road trip. We stopped at a bunch of gas stations, and I probably spent $150 for my family at them. Absolutely insane to continue to buy that much crappy food. However, I want to blind rank these gas station pit stop snacks. Okay.
Okay.
So top five gas station pit stop snacks, blind ranking. First one I got you is the roll griller or taquito, either one.
Ooh, number two.
Okay. Um, next, I have just your traditional soda.
Number five for me.
Yeah, you're not a soda guy.
Oh.
Um, I made this one broad because there's so many options. Candy.
Number three.
Perfect. And so you have two roller griller, taquito, three candy, five soda. So that leaves 1 and 4. And I'm gonna go with an energy drink.
Four.
And that means finally you have chips at number one.
Sweet. Yeah.
So your top five gas station pit stop snacks are one chips, two the taquito and roller griller, which is a combo that you must have.
Hmm.
Three candy, four energy drink, five soda.
Yeah.
Now, would you have changed the energy drink if I said energy drink or coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or liquid death.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, my next blind rank, I think you did pretty good there. My wife would have put soda at number one.
Yeah.
She loves Coca-Cola. I would have put energy drink at number one because I had a lot of them and it made me piss constantly. So that led to more pit stops, more money, and it was just a never-ending cycle of doom.
It's a good time.
So last blind rank we're going to do real quick, and it's good we did it right after college football. We're going to blind rank these college football coaches. They're all the top of the college football coaching ranking, but I thought it was a good time to do that with some of the recent transgressions. So,
Sweet.
number one, we're going to go Ryan Day at Ohio State.
Number one.
Okay. Number the second one, Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame.
Five.
All right, that's going to bite you in the ass later because of one guy you've already mentioned this show. Let's go Kurt Signetti.
Two.
All right, Kurt Sig, number two, baby. Kirby Smart at Georgia.
Three.
Okay. And let's go Dabo Sweeney at Clemson.
Four.
That's
Four.
going to be four.
I would put him above.
Oh, would you? I
Yeah.
mean, he's got two natties.
Yeah. I
Like
would put
that
him above.
matters.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't hate your list. The only one I would switch is I probably would have which you didn't know this, but I would have moved Kirby Smart up. Um, so your top five are one, Ryan Day, hard to argue. Number two, Kurt Signetti. Number three, Kirby Smart. Number four, Dabo Sweeney, and number five, Marcus Freeman.
yeah, that's
Um,
because of currency.
yeah,
If you
Signetti would have to
had,
go down, honestly, because he
yeah, if
hasn't
you,
actually won anything yet.
I would say this year, and what they're looking like right now, I mean, I would put IU against Georgia or Ohio State with a close game, I think.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
think
mean,
yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
hate
know
it.
that they'll win, but for what Signetti's done down there to the culture, to the players, it's makes you jealous as a rival, dude.
It does. It's sad, and how fast. I mean, to do it that quickly, to
Yep.
go from a bad team to becoming the next year as good as they were last year, and then following it right up. It's like because that could have been a flash in the pan. Maybe they just got lucky and had a great set of players who some of but it wasn't. I mean, it's clear
No.
he knows what he's doing. It's clear he focuses on the right stuff.
Yeah.
He wants to win the war. He doesn't just care about the flashy stuff. He wants to win the grind, and that's just a great coach. And to get because you got to get guys to buy into that. That's not like an easy, flashy. We're gonna come in, we're gonna run cool plays, and we're gonna do this and that. It's like no, we're just gonna come in and we're gonna work our asses off, and we're gonna beat up on whoever's in front of us.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be grouchy all the time.
Yeah, and
Nothing
I
you
hate it.
ever do is good enough.
Yeah, and I hate it. Like he's just the
Yeah.
guy who hates it. Like I hate
Yeah.
everything. I can't imagine being married to that guy or something. I do want to real quick. Are we done with the college stuff?
Yes, sir.
This will be fast. I'm just going to update because we don't talk about it a lot. Who's clinched in the playoffs for the baseball, real quick. So, as of right now, there's 6 or 7 games left, depending on the team, for every team. So we're getting really close to the end. The Toronto Blue Jays have clinched a playoff spot. The American League Central is still not clinched, which is kind of crazy this late that nobody's clinched in there. Same with the AL West. So the American League is very, very tight. So only one team's clinched in the American League with 6 or 7 to go. That's the Toronto Blue Jays. Very opposite of that in the National League. A lot of teams have clinched. The Phillies, who are very good. The Brewers have actually clinched. They clinched today the division. The Cubs are clinched for the playoffs, and the Dodgers are clinched for the playoffs.
Got four in the NL, huh?
Four in the NL, one in the AL. There are 7 in each. So, uh,
Tonight's the last Sunday night baseball, right? It's Astros, Mariners.
yes, yep.
All right. Yeah. Are the Astros close to clinching?
Houston, there's a couple teams real close.
Yeah.
The Mets are very close. The Astros, so they're in a hell of a battle in that league for the wild card. So that could come down to the final 2 or 3 games, to be honest.
Wow.
The American League wild card because you've got Cleveland, Houston, and Boston all within a game of a half of each other, 3 for 2 spots. And the Yankees are only 2 games up at the top there. So you got 4 teams for 3 spots, all within 3 games, 3.5 games of each other.
That's exciting.
in the NL, the wild card's very much different. The Cubs and Padres are 8 and 5 games up, but for the third spot in the NL, so there's three wild card spots. The third spot, so the Cubs and Padres are basically in. The Reds, Mets, and Diamondbacks for one spot are all within one game of each other. Go
Wow.
slightly farther down, the Giants, Cardinals, and Marlins are all six of those, the Reds, the Mets, the Diamondbacks, Giants, Cardinals, Marlins, all within 4 games, all for one spot.
Shoo.
Yeah,
Better
it's
get
gonna be
on your horse.
yeah, and the Cubs just got swept in a 4 game series after they clinched by the Reds, who went from out of it to in it real fast.
It's wild, man. It's exciting
Yeah,
when
this time of
baseball
year,
gets exciting.
baseball, it gets fun, man.
Yeah, it's
Especially
sick.
when you look at all the scenarios and it gets crazy.
Love it. Today in sports history, would you like to lead us?
Yeah, yeah. So since it's been a big football day, Sunday night football's going on. Tomorrow's got Monday night football. 1980 on this date was the first Monday night football. Kicked it off. It obviously has become a humongous, iconic thing in the United States and around the world. So pretty significant thing there. Are you going to pop in on some of these or
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump in if I got something
okay?
witty or quick-witted to say.
Okay. In 1906, my guy Hal Chase, I have no idea who he is, had 22 strikeouts in 1906. And
Yeah.
you tell me what the score was again?
I don't have that one pulled up. I
Okay.
believe it was 6-3.
6-3. So he had
Yeah.
22 strikeouts and still gave up 3 runs. To me,
Yeah.
that's wild. Because there's only 27 outs in a baseball game.
Right.
So 22 of those he struck out, which is insane by itself. That record's held up for 100 years, by the way, 100, more than 100. In 2008, and back to the Ryder Cup, I tried to tie most of these in. The Ryder Cup, the United States won for the first time in 3 Ryder Cups in 2008. That was also the first year that the Ryder Cup, United States Ryder Cup team went to a pods model. So they broke guys up into groups, more like a military formula to try to build some more camaraderie and chemistry. They used personality tests. It's really the first year they revamped the whole way they find pairings and stuff. So that was a big one because the United States looked like they may never win again for a while there. 1955, this might be my favorite one because this is kind of a two-parter. In 1955, Rocky Marciano knocked out Archie Moore at Yankee Stadium to end his career and retire as the world heavyweight champion. Obviously, a lot of movies were made after Rocky, very popular ones.
Adrian.
Absolutely. And in what I think, God dang, I don't have it pulled up anymore, but I believe in 2008, is that right? Somebody fact check me if you need to, but it's also on this date was the last game played at Yankee Stadium, which is kind of crazy that on the same date that Rocky knocked someone out at Yankee Stadium to end his career was the same date that Yankee Stadium was closed at 50 years later. So kind of cool combo there. And the last thing, and I only say this because the Jets always punt, and it's funny that a Jets player has this. Stephen O'Neal kicked a 98-yard punt in 1969 as the longest punt ever recorded. And I said earlier to Dalton, they have been trying to break that record every time they've had the ball ever since then
Yeah.
because all they do is punt.
They the punt Jets, dude.
What else would they do?
56 Yankees set dubious MLB record stranding 20 on base. Lost 13-9 at Fenway.
Score 9 runs, leaving 20 on base. That's gotta burn your ass.
9 runs. We got a sports quote for the day.
Oh, okay.
This might be a new segment we start. I kind of like this. The sports quote today, it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up again. Vince Lombardi,
That's beautiful. Because we
poetic.
all get knocked down, dude. That made me think of Tub Thumper.
Yeah, get I get up
Chumbawamba,
again.
dude. Yeah.
Chumbawamba. Shout out millennials. We all know
Yeah,
that
dude.
song.
Song of our generation.
Yeah.
Because we've been getting knocked down ever since.
Yeah. It's fucking all right. I think that's what we got. You want to hit the wrap up? You got any final
Yeah,
thoughts?
I
Wrap up?
do. I do have a final thought because I saw something today that was incredibly powerful, in my opinion. Some people may disagree. I don't really care. They were doing Charlie Kirk's funeral thing, and reading all these eulogies and whatnot. And his wife comes up. Obviously, everybody knows it's going to be emotional and sad. She takes a couple breaths and she's talking about, she reads a verse out of the Bible and she's just talking about, how do I, this man murdered my husband, and she keeps calling him this young man, this young man. She says, what would Jesus do in this situation? And she's like, and she's crying and she's, I forgive him, and looks into the crowd and looks into the camera, millions of people, 100,000 people at the stadium, forgives a man who just assassinated her husband, publicly forgives him, seems very sincere. Um, and then she goes on to say, that's what I think that's what I think we need to do is not turn this into hate. We should turn this into a glorification of Jesus and God, and forgive people. We don't know the why, and we don't know all the things, but we do have the ability to forgive people. Even in this situation, the most horrible thing that could ever happen to somebody is their wife gets killed and they have to raise their kids alone, and for no real purpose other than words. And to be able to, in that moment, in front of all the people, the entire world's watching, they're listening to you every way. You could be divisive in that moment. You could say, let's get these people. I hope he burns in hell. I hope he gets the death penalty. But she comes out earlier today saying, I don't want him to have the death penalty. And then she comes out in front of all these people and forgives him. And I think that's just incredibly powerful. And
Yeah.
we all should do a little bit more forgiving and realize I tell my kids this about bullies at school. Um, Nobody likes a bully, but you have no idea what that person's going through. You have no
Bingo.
idea whether they just came home after the 10th day in a row that they got their ass beat at home by a parent or a sibling. You have no idea if they go home every night and just hear screaming and yelling. Maybe they go home to nothing. There's no one
Yeah.
there. Maybe, you have no idea. But the point is, assume the best in people. And even if they show you the worst, assume that you can be the one that makes their day better. Maybe you can be the one. That doesn't mean you should go up to bullies and try to say, "Oh, I love you. God loves you," because that can end in your ass getting beat. Because
Yeah.
bullies still are bullies, and you don't know what they're going through. And I'm not saying there's nobody out there who's just mean, but at the same time, you have to embrace those people. You have to forgive them. Even if you don't go up to them and say, I forgive you, forgive them in your own heart. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be spiteful. And I think that her doing that publicly, hopefully it turns a corner. I really hope that people see that, even, all the people, because most of the people on the internet are bots that are really stirring this stuff up. And for all the people who are have that hate in their heart or think someone deserves to die, anyone, just learn it's okay to forgive. It's okay to not hold on to this like somebody has to be at fault and somebody has to be wrong. Some things in life just happen. And
Yeah.
sometimes bad things happen to good people, and you just have to learn to forgive, move on, and heal. And that's my message that I'm just passing along from a message I saw today.
Bingo, dude. That is a great message. I don't have much else to share on that. My aunt was there, sent me some
Oh, sweet.
videos live, so that was pretty cool. She lives in Phoenix, and so she's a big fan of Turning Point. So they did have worship and stuff like that early, and
Oh,
it was,
the
I
whole
mean,
thing seemed like a giant worship to me. Like it
yeah,
was it
it's,
was a glorification of God
yeah,
from everybody in our government, which is kind of crazy, and
yeah.
kind of really, really refreshing to see rather than go burn down cities and flip cars over. Like, let's get together and let's pray.
Bingo, dude. And that'll wrap us up, dude. This was episode 4 of the Double D's podcast. If you're still here, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. We love you. We'll see you on Friday.
Peace out.
Later.